Hey everybody. Well, I'm back from New England and I had a wonderful trip. We had a wonderful trip and I did learn some things. I got some validation in some things through my ancestor, feeling that land there. Even after all those years, I could feel it. Validation, acknowledgement, and surrender. That's the Trinity. Those were the three things the words that came to me throughout the trip. I have been debating on some things as far as, the sound bath. People don't really know how I started into it, and I want to share that with you and why I do what I do, because it's important. It's important for me to express to you all why I'm doing what I'm doing. Okay, so about 2014, I was asked to go on a silent retreat on a Saturday in Tallahassee. And I went. I'd never been to one before. Astara Summers was the retreat coordinator, and she had written a book called Conscious Mastery. And so I went, not knowing what to expect. And while in meditation, she started playing a crystal bowl. And for those of you who don't know what one looks like, those are crystal bowls. And they when you play them, they have played different notes. Anyway, as soon as she started playing them, a picture came into my mind, and I was at the bottom of marble steps, vast, white marble steps that went all the way up. I mean, they just kept going, not into the clouds. There was a building up above with granite, with columns, and I felt like that was home. There was it resonated, the sound resonated, everything. I immediately went out and bought a small metal bowl because, quite frankly, I couldn't afford them. I was single and hadn't, starting my own business, and I couldn't afford one. So I just got a small one, and that would do for now because I had just started my spa in Tallahassee. So anyway, I looked into doing courses with Rosie Warburton a couple of times with CEUs and some other people, and to learn more about the tuning and the chakra system and how that affects your body and your emotions. So anyway, around 2015, I went to a flea market, the Tallahassee flea market. And I have to say that all this has unfolded for me like a flower. Okay, so when I was listening to that sound bowl that she was playing, it was like a seed that had been inside my soul cracked open. And when that did, a flower started growing within me. That's the only way that I can put it. And so over time, over a few years' time, petals would come out to form what is now a flower. So in about 2015, I was at the flea market, and I walked by this table, and this guy was selling bamboo flutes for $10. And I'd never played a flute. He asked me if I wanted to play. He showed me what to do, the fingers, and all that, and I did it. And I thought, all right, well, it's $10. So I took it home. And this is what I immediately played. I immediately played that, and I knew that it came from deep within, that it was sacred, that those notes and that tune was meant to be played other than by just me playing it at home. Others needed to hear that from me. And so I play that every time that I'm in a sound bath. I play that. And I play other tunes too, other notes, but that's the one that I want to get across because it's sacred. Anita Nix made this beautiful goddess rattle for me. Spes is the Roman goddess of hope and gratitude. She's also on my family's coat of arms. My maiden name is Bulloch, Bulloch. We are from Scotland, from the Isle of Skye and around the Hebrides. And so I use Spes to rattle out hope. It's sacred. The fur, you may think, is a little extravagant. Why is she wearing a fur? Well, I'll tell you why. Because when I put this fur on and I drum, I feel like I'm being held by the Earth Mother and her animals on it. And they are my guides. It's sacred to me. And that's why I wear it. This drum was made by Anita Nix for me. That is a cat jawbone. Back in 2015, I had cat scratch fever and almost died from it. She made the drum, but she didn't know that she was making it for me. So that's another unfolding of the pedal. When I chant, that's sacred too. It's not meant to sound like something coming from a recording studio. For me, it's sacred. The words, the tones, the vibration of those tones is what needs to be carried across for those who are ready to become sovereign in their being. This is my staff. It's not meant to be carried around as, oh, look at her, hoity-toity, over the top. No, it's my grounding rod. It didn't come all at once. I've had this stick. I got in Monticello at an antique store. It's a cedar stick. I've had it for years. And then one day, the thought form came that it was now ready to build it. And so I use it to anchor. sky to earth, to charge, to aid me when I'm walking in the sand at the beach. These are some of my tools that I use. And they're all sacred to me. So I wanted to share that with y'all because it's who I am. And I will expand more on my awakening very soon. It's a spiritual path that I'm on and have been for a long time now, 9 or 10 years. That I can acknowledge and share with people. I've been on a spiritual path since I was born on the planet. And that I'm going to be sharing too, in little bits and pieces, right? So, anyway, I just wanted to share that with you all. And know that you're loved, and not everybody's perfect. But I have to say, the validation of me being my own self in my sovereign being, it's called the sacred sounds of Donia. And I don't need to play with anybody else, or I used to think that I did. I'd reached out months ago and said, oh, let's get together, let's play, and whether it's Tallahassee or wherever. And, you know, it was a case of, well, you stay down there, we'll do it up here, blah, you know, type of thing. And I thought, oh, well, I was a little bit offended until I realized on this trip that it's the sacred sounds of Donia. I don't need anybody else to validate me. So, anyway, all right. I hope y'all have a great day, and talk to you soon.